Are you a fuser or an isolator in your relationship? Knowing this can really help your partner understand you, you understand your partner, as well as understanding yourself and how to change it if it's not really working for you. A fuser is a person that wants enmeshed connection. They want to do everything with their partner. They're needy. They're often insecure. They don't feel loved. They need to caretake. They need to look after someone so much that they are focusing more on the other person than they are ever on themselves. They go around wanting to just be with them, getting their attention, getting them to focus on them. They really, really want that enmeshed, close relationship kind of thing. And often this comes from childhood, actually, being neglected as a child for whatever reason. Could be because the parents were so busy working because they needed to make more money. It could be where a parent was addicted to something. It could be where a parent was looking after someone else in the family, where they felt abandoned, they felt rejected, they felt unloved, and they learned that to be loved, they need to look after other people, or they just become needy. They just feel insecure, so they're never quite able to love themselves fully because they have this missing. An isolator is often an isolator because of deep trauma, or because their parent was suffocating, very controlling. So an isolator will not want to be too close. They'll need space. They'll need freedom. They'll need to have their own time, have their own secrets sometimes, which can cause a lot of damage in the relationship, because sometimes they're secretive over something that's not even that important, but they'll try to keep something for themselves because they don't want to be suffocated. They don't want to be controlled. They have a fear of being suffocated, a fear of being controlled. And so they create boundaries, they create walls, they create distance. And often they are attracted to one another. So an isolator will be attracted to a fuser because they'll be like, wow, how can they open themselves up so much? How can they be so vulnerable? How can they be so needy and sharing themselves so much and giving so much? How can they do that? And a fuser is attracted to an isolator. How can they be, really loving themselves, really strong, really independent, really emotionally secure? So these often attract, and there's always these often conflicts that need to be worked through, making sure that a fuser loves themselves, looks after themselves, is not being needy and desperate, because that's not very attractive, and start also loving themselves and feeling good in themselves. And an isolator to be able to be vulnerable, to be able to share their needs emotionally, to not be too independent. So if you are resonating with this, there are definitely some steps that you can take. And the first step is this awareness. So you're already on the path learning about this. And I encourage you to go on that journey to look at, is this causing conflict in your relationship? How to have compassion for one another, how to understand that neither one is right or wrong, and how to get that healthy balance of not being too vulnerable or too independent, but having that healthy boundary where you're vulnerable at the right times, and when you're giving each other physical space, emotional space, but you're also open emotionally and open with your body physically. To be intimate in a relationship is to give your body, your emotions, and your spirit, and to be able to receive someone's body, emotions, and spirit. That is what a great relationship is. If you're struggling with this, you'd like any further support, do reach out to me through my website. This is an area I love to help individuals and couples with, so you can contact me there.